in the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week.
connections to Ouachita Baptist University.
Hello and welcome everyone to Rab Rogers Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. My name's Preston Crowder, and we have the Battle of the Ravine for you here this afternoon. It's the Henderson State Reddies versus the Ouachita Baptist Tigers, and it is senior day, and we're going to pitch it to the PA address right now to honor all 13 seniors for the Ouachita Baptist Tigers.
Our first senior hails from Little Rock, Arkansas, right-handed pitcher Noah Fowler. Noah is escorted by his mom, Kim, and his dad, Don. During Noah's career, he logged 86 innings and 44 appearances with 10 starts. His career highlight came in 2020 against Arkansas Tech, where he had his longest outing, going 6 1/3 innings, striking out 6, walking 0, and earning the victory. Noah will be graduating with a double major in finance and business administration and will be attending law school at the University of Arkansas next fall. Ladies and gentlemen, number 33, Noah Fowler. Next up, we have outfielder Jared Free from Dallas, Texas. Jared is escorted by his mom, Tracy, his dad, Kelly, and his fiancée, Melody. Jared transferred to Ouachita from Liberty University in fall of 2019. He has started 7 games this season for Ouachita. Jared's season was highlighted by a go-ahead at-bat and scoring the go-ahead run at Southern Arkansas earlier this spring. Upon graduation, Jared and Melody will be getting married, and Jared will be taking a position as a territory salesman for Harness Software Delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8, Jared Free. Our next senior is first baseman Cole Kelly from Independence, Mississippi. Cole is accompanied by his parents, Julia and Chad. Cole has played the past 2 seasons at Ouachita, transferring from Mississippi Delta Community College. He has started 36 games, including 30 this year. His 2-year career highlight was a big game at Delta State, where he had 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and scored twice in the Tigers' 9-5 road victory just before the shortened 2020 season came to an end. Cole will be graduating with a degree in kinesiology and a minor in sociology, and plans on attending Medical Sales College in Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, number 15, Cole Kelly. Next up, we have right-handed pitcher Ben Miller from Lewisville, Texas. He is joined on the field by his mom, Tracy, and his dad, Mike. Ben has thrown 67 innings and 36 appearances in his 4-year career at Ouachita. His career was highlighted by a 3-inning save this season to complete the sweep of Southeastern Oklahoma State. After graduation, Ben will be attending physical therapy school at the University of North Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, number 31, Ben Miller. Our next senior is right-handed pitcher Luke Skaggs from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Luke is escorted by his parents, Kathy and John, and his fiancée, Ashlyn. Luke has competed in 3 seasons during his career with the Tigers and was named one of 3 team captains this season. He has logged 141 innings and 41 appearances with 16 starts. His career highlight was winning GAC Pitcher of the Week last week after going 7 1/3 innings with 7 strikeouts in the shutout win at East Central. Upon graduation, Luke and Ashlyn will be getting married, and Luke will become a software sales representative in Denver, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, number 30, Luke Skaggs. Our next senior is third baseman Tyler Reebok from Rockwall, Texas. A 2-year captain on the team, Tyler is joined on the field by his parents, Marla and Matt. Tyler has been a staple in the Tiger lineup for 4 years, starting in 149 games. He has totaled 166 hits in his Washita career and is second all-time in home runs with 29. Tyler was named second team All-GAC in 2019 and was tied for the league lead in home runs in 2020 before the season was shortened due to COVID-19. After graduation, he will pursue his master's degree in sports administration. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, Tyler Reebok. Our last senior came to Washita from Prosper, Texas. Catcher and 2-year captain Cade McBride is accompanied by his parents, Michelle and Byron, and his fiancee, Meredith. Cade has also been a staple in the Tiger lineup throughout his 4-year career. He started in 105 games and had 67 RBIs as a Tiger. His 2021 season was cut short after breaking his hand on a hit by pitch. After graduation, Cade and Meredith will be getting married, and Cade will be working for Guidestone in Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Cade McBride. Fellas, as a whole, you have made the coaches' jobs a lot smoother by the way you go about your business on a daily basis. There is no doubt you will be successful in life after baseball. Keep being you, and good luck in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your 2021 Tiger Baseball Senior Class.
There you have it, as the Washita seniors were just honored. Awesome for them. Been real big, contribution, to the OBU baseball program. So good for them to be honored here on Senior Day. Now we're moving forward, and today both teams have gotten together to sponsor and promote the Be Like CJ Foundation. That foundation is in memoriam of Cedric Harris Jr., who was a baseball player at Ashdown High School who passed away. Their mission is to inspire families nationwide by bridging the gap between people of different backgrounds and teaching the values of respect and humility, while also helping them build self-confidence to make a lasting impact on society. So just an awesome foundation for them. The couple more goals they have are to educate all about CJ's legacy and what he's stood for on and off the field, exemplifying the ultimate teammate qualities. Student workshops such as anti-bullying, respecting school faculty and goal setting, providing scholarships, school supplies, and food donations, providing support to families who have lost loved ones, bringing inspiration and joy into the lives of others while bridging the gap between people of different backgrounds, and educating coaches to become servant coaches to build better relationships with their players. If you want more information on the Be Like CJ Foundation, you can head to the OBU Twitter page, OBU Baseball Twitter page. They have a link of how you can give to the foundation. They have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. If you're at home and want to come out to the game later today, they have a booth where you can go and donate in person here at the ballpark. Then you can follow at Cedric Harris II on Twitter or Facebook for any future information of the foundation. So just an awesome foundation, and good for OBU and Henderson here at the Battle of the Ravine this weekend for promoting this foundation in memoriam again of Cedric Harris Jr. here this afternoon. So we're going to go ahead and preview today's game at the start, as they're going to give the players a little while to warm up before honoring the Harris family. So we're going to give you the starting lineups here this afternoon for both teams. First, for the Henderson State Reddies, leading off and playing left field, Danny Mitchell Jr., batting second and playing first, Grayson Stevens. At shortstop and batting third, Joe Myers. At third base, batting cleanup, Caden Argenbright. Batting fifth, the designated hitter this afternoon, Alec Lewis. Behind the plate and batting sixth, Josh Aguilar. In center field, batting seventh for the Reddies, Bryson Haskins. At second base and batting eighth, Daniel Colasanto. And batting ninth in right field, Nick Butler. On the mound for the Reddies, it will be Matthew Baker. Baker comes into today with a 3.88 ERA, 3-1 on the season. 7 starts in 10 appearances, 48 2/3 innings pitched with an opponent's batting average of 258. Now for the Tigers, their lineup, similar to ones we've seen in the past. Batting leadoff and playing third, Tyler Reebok. At second base, batting second, C.W. Schrader. Batting third in right field, Lewis Steen. In left field and cleaning up today, Cade Burris. The designated hitter, batting fifth, Jackson Cheney. At first base, batting sixth, Cole Kelly. In center field, batting seventh, Pierce Mitchum. At shortstop and batting eighth, Simmons Sowell. And behind the plate, batting ninth, Hayden Childers. On the mound for the Tigers, it will be Cooper Timmons. Timmons has started 3 games this season, so his fourth start today, 48 2/3 innings pitched with an opponent's batting average of 266. This is the second to last series of the season for the Tigers, their last home series of the year. They're currently in 9th place in the GAC, 15-20 overall, 11-17 in conference play. Henderson State, on the other hand, is 21-14 overall, 16-12 in conference play, sitting in 6th place. So they're looking pretty good to make the conference tournament. The GAC takes 8 teams to the conference tournament. Ouachita again in 9th place, 3 games behind the Harding Bisons. Harding sits at 14-14, at Ouachita at 11-17. If you're OBU, you really want to be keeping an eye on those Harding versus Arkansas Tech games this afternoon. They'll play 2 up in Russellville. Tech hosting Harding. If you're Ouachita, you're really rooting hard for the Wonder Boys in those games. We'll keep you updated on those as the afternoon progresses. And Ouachita really wanting to come up with some wins here today against the Reddies. It is possible that Ouachita could be eliminated from the conference tournament this afternoon. For example, if they drop 2 and Harding wins 1, then Harding would have clinched a berth in the GAC tournament. So you want to keep an eye on those Harding versus Arkansas Tech games, as well as the games here this afternoon at the Battle of the Ravine. First game of this series, Ouachita did drop to the Reddies 10-3 on Friday afternoon. Always fun when Henderson and Ouachita link up in any sport. This afternoon it is here at Rab Rogers Field in the Battle of the Ravine. Yesterday's game, Ouachita opened the scoring with a run in the bottom of the second with a Reebok RBI single. Then Henderson tacked on 3 in the top of the third and 3 in the top of the fourth to jump out to a 6-1 lead. Ouachita answered with 2 in the bottom of the fourth, making it 6-3. But then Henderson tacked on 3 more in the seventh and 1 in the eighth to eventually come away with a 10-3 victory. Beautiful. Beautiful day at the ballpark here for both teams. Both teams warming up, Ouachita and Henderson. Again, the pitching matchup today is Cooper Timmons for the Tigers and Matthew Baker for the Reddies. Baker 3-1 and Timmons 4-2. These two teams did meet once before in the season, before yesterday, in a non-conference game. The game took place at Henderson State. The Raiders came away victorious 12-8. Again, it was a non-conference game, but the two teams did meet way back on March 16th. Ouachita has been on the right side, playing well recently. They've won 10 out of their last 12, We'll see if they can keep that up here this afternoon as we take a break. We'll be back shortly on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. And we're back at Rav Rogers Field. Once again, it's the Battle of the Ravine. We have the Henderson State Reddies and the Ouachita Baptist Tigers here ready to square off this afternoon in games 2 and 3 of this weekend series here in Arkadelphia. Once again, we are set in a moment to honor the Be Like CJ Foundation and promote that here just shortly. We'll see if that's what's about to happen. And we are, so we'll pitch it to the public address announcer.
Tiger fans, today we welcome the family of Cedric Harris Jr., who lost his life following an ATV accident in April. Cedric was born on June 11, 2006 in Miami, Florida, to Marie Ferdinand Harris and Cedric Harris Sr. CJ, as he preferred to be called, excelled in athletics and academics as an 8th grader at Ashdown Junior High School. He was an honor roll student who is set to announce his commitment to play football and baseball at his parents' alma mater, LSU, later this year, but he was best known for being a kind-hearted, humble spirit who would rather hang out with the unpopular kids to make them feel special and give them a sense of belonging. The Be Like CJ Foundation will inspire student-athletes nationwide by helping them to build self-confidence as leaders to make a positive impact on society. The Be Like CJ Foundation will be accepting donations at the table behind the third base dugout today. Throwing out today's ceremonial first pitch is CJ's father, Cedric Harris Sr.
And a beautiful moment right there as Cedric Harris Sr. threw out the first pitch of today's game, once again honoring the Be Like CJ Foundation. Multiple ways you can give to that foundation if you'd like, so head on over to Twitter at the OBU Baseball Twitter page. They have ways you can give to the Be Like CJ Foundation if you're interested in that here this afternoon. Once again, we'll go over the starting lineups for you. First for the Henderson State Reddies, batting first, playing left field, Danny Mitchell Jr. Batting second, playing first, Grayson Stevens. At shortstop and batting third, Joe Myers. At third base, batting cleanup, Caden Argenbright. The designated hitter, batting fifth, Alec Lewis. Batting sixth and catching today, Josh Aguilar. In center field, batting seventh, Bryson Haskins. At second base and batting eighth, Daniel Colasanto. And in right field, batting ninth, Nick Butler. Once again, the starting pitcher for the Reddies is Matthew Baker. Again, he has a 3.88 ERA. He's 3-1 on the year in 48 2/3 innings pitched and 7 starts for the Reddies. For the Tigers, leading off and playing third, Tyler Reebok. Batting second and playing second, C.W. Schrader. Batting third in right field, Lewis Steen. Batting cleanup and playing left field, Cade Burris. The designated hitter, batting fifth, Jackson Cheney. Playing first base and batting sixth, Cole Kelly. Batting seventh, playing center field, Pierce Mitchell. At shortstop and batting eighth, Simmons Sowell. And rounding out the lineup in the 9-hole and behind the plate, Hayden Childers. The starting pitcher again for the Tigers, Cooper Timmons, this afternoon, a 5.18 ERA, 4-2 on the year in 3 starts, 18 appearances, mostly coming out of the bullpen, but today Timmons gets the start, 48 2/3 innings pitched with a 2.66 opponent's batting average. Going to be a fun one here today in the Battle of the Ravine. Tigers and Reddies squaring off here at Rab Rogers Field. Once again, this is game 2 of the weekend series. Yesterday on Friday afternoon, the Reddies came away with a 10-3 victory. Tigers jumped out early, but the Reddies with a 3-run third and a 3-run fourth pulled away and came away with a victory in game 1. Again, a beautiful day for baseball, so if you're in the area and want to come out, please do. A gorgeous day and a fun rivalry here at Rab Rogers Field. See the starting lineups being announced for the Tigers. Around the horn for the Tigers, once again in the outfield, Burris, Mitchum, Steen. On the infield, Reebok, Sowell, Schrader, Kelly. And behind the plate, Childers. For the Reddies, Mitchell Jr., Haskins, and Butler. On the infield, Argenbright, Myers, Colasanto, Stevens, and behind the plate is Aguilar. And I believe at this time, we're going to honor America with the playing of the national anthem, so we'll be back right after this. And we're back after the playing of the national anthem, just about set here from Rav Rogers Field. Once again, Cooper Timmons on the mound for the Tigers as he's set to warm up. The Tigers were riding a 7-game winning streak before the Reddies snapped it yesterday. We'll see if they can start a new one here this afternoon. They have won 10 out of their last 12 after getting swept by the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys at the beginning of April. They turned it on and have really played some great baseball down the stretch. We'll see if it can carry them into the conference tournament. Once again, we'll keep our eyes on that Harding and Arkansas Tech score. Ouachita really pulling for Arkansas Tech here today as they play a doubleheader up in Russellville. That game set to start at 1 o'clock as well. Once again, leading off for the Reddies, it will be Danny Mitchell Jr., Grayson Stevens, and Joe Myers here in the top of the first. Danny Mitchell Jr. on the year, hitting .297 with 6 home runs and 26 RBIs, a good left-handed hitter, leading off for the Reddies here in Game 2 of the weekend series, Game 1 of the Saturday afternoon doubleheader. And he'll step in. Mitchell is from North Little Rock, a transfer from the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. Steps in from the left side, and we're ready for baseball here at Rav Rogers Field. Timmons is set. The first pitch is a bunt attempt, fouled back to the screen, and we're underway. Timmons opting not to go from the windup. As I mentioned, throughout the season, mostly coming in relief, only his 4th start of the year. The 0-1 pitch is grounded to the right side at Schrader at second base. On to Kelly for the first out of the game. So 2 pitches and 1 out for Timmons. That'll bring in Stevens for the Reddies. Stevens hitting .350 on the year. 8 RBIs and 8 home runs and 32 RBIs. He takes a fastball for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Timmons outside and in and out of Childers' glove for ball 1. A 1-1 pitch from Timmons, fouled back, 1-2. Big rip right there from Stevens. As Timmons is now ahead in the count. There's a chopper to Schrader at second. Out number 2. Two up, 2 down for Timmons here in the top of the first. Joe Myers, the shortstop, in for the Reddies, hitting .306 with 11 home runs and 48 RBIs. So a power threat as he flies one in the air, shallow center. Out goes Sowell. He's under it, and he makes the grab for out number 3. Quick inning for Timmons. No runs, no hits, no errors. A 1-2-3 top of the first. And we're going to have now an interview with Cedric Harris Sr. and Chris Babb behind the Ouachita dugout, so we'll pitch it to him here for that interview.
All right, come over here. Katie, tell me when you. All right, thanks, Preston. Here with Cedric Harris Sr. Cedric, tell us a little bit about the foundation. I know that a tragedy with Cedric Jr., but some positives can come out of things, and I know that bringing attention to the life that Cedric Harris Jr. has lived has been a real positive. And I know that the baseball community, especially in Southwest Arkansas, high schools and colleges, have been real supportive of your efforts.
Yes, sir. We've had a lot of support from area high schools as far as honoring CJ and his legacy. One of the things that we wanted to do is to make sure that we highlight the type of person he was, which was, a humble kid who really took time out of his schedule to go out of his way to make others feel welcome. He used his athletic ability to kind of include those who may not be involved in athletics, to kind of merge the gap between those who were playing sports and not, so they could bring them together to help kids get along in school and things like that. So the foundation is going to kind of stand on those grounds.
And if people are interested in contributing to the Be Like CJ Foundation, where can they find information on that?
Yes, right now we're in the process of finalizing a website next week, but right now you can go to Venmo, PayPal, you can type in #BeLikeCJ and you can find information on that. And next week we'll have the #BeLikeCJ Foundation website available.
All right, Cedric Harris, thanks so much for coming up, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Preston, we'll send it back to you.
And there you have it, the interview with Cedric Harris Sr. Just a great foundation that he has started out of a tragedy. And you heard some ways you can give on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and they'll have their website next week. #BeLikeCJ on Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App if you want to give to the foundation. Tyler Reebok in for the Tigers as he swings and misses at the first pitch from Baker. The 0-1 on the way on the outside corner, strike two. Reebok hitting .286 with 5 homers and 15 RBIs on the season. And the whole 0-2 to Baker. The line and the pitch. Foul it off down the left field line, out of play. The line and the 0-2. Lined off the foot of Baker. It pops over near third base. And Reebok has a single. We'll hope Baker's okay. He seems to be walking all right now. Right off the foot and over near the third base bag. But I believe he's okay. It'll be a single for Reebok to start the game for the Tigers, and in steps C.W. Schrader. Schrader hitting .306 on the year with 12 RBIs. Does not have a long ball yet on the year. A pitch by Baker, high and wide, ball one. Reebok with his lead at first. Set by Baker, the 1-0. In at the knees, strike one. I checked on Reebok, he's back safely. Reebok is 12 for 14 in stolen base attempts this season, so the Reddies may want to keep an eye on him over at first. The set and the 1-1. There goes Reebok. The pitch is a strike. The throw is not in time, so Reebok with a stolen base, his 13th of the season. And the Tigers now have a runner on second and nobody out. Schrader down in the count, 1-2. Really looking to advance Reebok to third. Pitch on the way, breaking ball, chopped over the head of Baker. The shortstop gloves it, but he bobbles it, and that will allow Schrader to reach. He was going to get Reebok to third either way, but the bubble by Myers at shortstop allows Schrader to reach. And they're going to give Schrader a hit. It would have been a close play either way, but Schrader with an infield single, Reebok with an infield single, and first and third for the Tigers with nobody out. It'll bring in Lewis Steen, 277 on the year with 5 home runs. Tigers in business here in the bottom of the first. The pitch by Baker, outside. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Outfield is straight up for Steen. Infield is at double play depth. As the 2-0 pitch is upcoming to Steen. Chop foul right at the plate. Steen stepped back in. Here's the set by Baker. And the 2-1 pitch is on its way. Grounded to the shortstop. Flips to second for 1. On to first 2. A double play. 6-4-3 on the double play. A run does score for the Tigers. No RBI for Steen, as Ouachita's jumped out to a 1-0 lead. If you're Baker, that's just what the doctor ordered. They call a double play a pitcher's best friend for a reason. Burris now in for the Tigers as Baker winds and fires low for ball 1. Burris has really heated up for the Tigers as the season's progressed, now hitting .328 with 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. Takes that one for a ball. Ball 3 to Burris. The 3-0 is high, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk to Burris with 2 outs. He'll take the base on balls. Jackson Cheney, the designated hitter, in for the Tigers. Cheney getting his 20th start of the year. Looking to get a 2-out rally going as it checks on Burris, and he's back safely. Here's the pitch to Cheney. Chopped foul. Burris widens his lead at first. Here's the pitch by Baker, and there goes Burris. It's outside, and it'll be a stolen base with no throw for Cade Burris. He swiped that one with ease, and that's the second stolen base of the inning for the Tigers. Aguilar didn't even throw. And you can say it's safe to say that Burris stole that one on Baker. The 1-1 to Cheney, outside, ball 2. Tigers up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. A pair of singles to start the inning, then a double play by Steen. A walk to Burris and a stolen base with a runner on second now and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one's lined into right field. It'll be a base hit. Here comes Burris around third. He's going to score. A big 2-out base hit by Cheney has given the Tigers a 2-0 lead. A big base hit by Cheney, and that shows you how big that stolen base was by Burris. He swipes second and scores on the RBI single by Cheney. Tigers with a 2-0 lead. And now Cole Kelly in for Ouachita, the first baseman this afternoon. Pitch on the way, and there for a strike. The kick and the 0-1 from Baker, chopped on the ground to the third baseman. He goes the short route to second for the third out of the inning. Tigers grab 2 runs, the second coming on an RBI single by Cheney. They have a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second, the top of the second on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Cooper Timmons back on the mound for the Tigers. Had a 1-2-3 top of the first. A couple of groundouts and a pop-up. An easy first inning for Timmons. It'll be Argenbright, Lewis, and Aguilar for the Reddies here in the top of the second. And if anyone gets on, it'll be Haskins for Henderson. Ouachita with a 2-0 lead. 2 runs in the bottom of the first on 3 hits. A big 2-out single by Jackson Cheney, giving the Tigers a 2-0 lead. We'll see if Timmons can make quick work of the Reddies yet again as Argenbright steps in for Henderson. The kick and the pitch by Timmons is popped up foul out of play. Good crowd on hand here for the Battle of the Ravine this afternoon. And it's a beautiful day for it. The 0-1 breaking ball outside. One swing and a miss. He pulled the string on him. 1-2. We apologize for the shaking of the camera, the center field camera. Sometimes there's some traffic on the deck out there in center field, and it causes the camera to shake, so we apologize for that, as that one's fouled back to the screen. The 1-2 to Argenbright, fouled off near the ready dugout. Argenbright hitting .381 on the year. That leads the Reddies. 5 homers and 33 RBI, so he's a tough out. Kick and the 1-2 by Timmons, fouled off out of play. Here's the 1-2. That one's driven into right field. Back goes the right fielder. It's up and out of here. Steen gave it a look, but it sailed over the fence. A solo home run for Argenbright. He's cut the lead in half. The Tigers' lead is now 2-1. Looks like Timmons may have hung a breaking pitch down and in to a lefty. That's never where you want to leave a pitch if you're a right-hander facing a lefty. And he drove that one right out of here. They'll now bring in Alec Lewis for the Reddies, an Arkadelphia native, as he fouls that one out of play. Lewis hitting .313 on the year, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Has 3 triples for the Reddies this year. The pitch couldn't hold up for strike 2. Timmons had 2 strikes on Argenbright. We'll see if he can now put Lewis away with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. Pitch by Timmons. Softly hit on the ground. Sowell has it. He gloves, throws in time to get Lewis. A tough play for Sowell as it was off the end of the bat. Played it on a hop through to Kelly and got Lewis in time. So 1 out here in the top of the second. Josh Aguilar in for the Reddies. Lots of good batting averages in this Ready lineup. Aguilar hitting .353 as he fouls that one out of play. The 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Aguilar. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High for ball 1. The kick and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Aguilar strikes out. Good pitch there by Timmons, 2 away. That'll bring in the 7th place hitter, Bryson Haskins. .284 on the year, 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Pitch by Timmons outside. That one's in there on the outside corner, 1-1. One by Timmons, swing and a miss, good breaking ball. Timmons 1 pitch away. Already has 1 strikeout. Can he make it 2? Here's the set, the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled off, out of play. Harding and Arkansas Tech tied at 0 in the bottom of the second. The Wonder Boys coming to bat. Ouachita needing the Harding Bisons to lose as much as possible here as the season winds down. Setting the 1-2 by Timmons. Outside, evens the count at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Here's the pitch. Flown in the air to center. Back goes Mitchum to his right. He's there, and he makes the grab for out number 3. 1 run on 1 hit. The solo shot by Argenbright cuts the lead in half for the Tigers. We'll head to the bottom of the second on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
Bottom of the second here at Rab Rogers Field. Tigers with a 2-1 lead. It'll be Mitchum, Sowell, and Childers. 7, 8, 9 for the Tigers. Facing Matthew Baker on for his second inning of work. Mitchum hitting .216 on the year with 2 homers, 17 RBIs. As Baker winds and fires, that one's up the middle, a base hit for Mitchum. Saw a pitch he liked on the first pitch of the at-bat, and he drove it right up the middle for a leadoff single. Simmons Sowell now up for the Tigers. Baker already given up 4 hits, all singles to the Tigers. Pitch on the way, in at the knees, strike 1. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Mitchum's off. The pitch is inside. The throw is in time. Aguilar guns down Mitchum. They stole 2 in the first inning. They tried to make it 3, but Aguilar said not this time. Now watch the bases clean as Sowell takes one inside. 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. The line and the pitch outside runs the count full. Here's the wind by Baker. The payoff pitch to Sowell, chopped up the middle. To his left, Myers gloves it, throws it in time. 4 out number 2. That'll bring in the catcher, Hayden Childers. This is Childers' 13th start of the year, as the first pitch by Baker is chopped foul. The wind in the 0-1. Another foul, chopped to the left side. Arkansas Tech has jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Harding Bisons in the bottom of the second. That's good news if you're a Ouachita fan. 0-2 to Childers. Here's the wind and the pitch by Baker outside. Childers chops that one foul, stays alive. One and two the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-2. The pitch by Baker. Another foul. Good battle here between Childers and Baker. As the 2-2's on the way. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's Baker's first strikeout of the afternoon. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. As we head to the top of the third, Tigers leading 2-1 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Cooper Timmons back on the mound for his third inning of work. It'll be 8-9-1. Colasanto, Butler, and Mitchell Jr. for the Reddies here in the top of the third. Tigers leading 2-1. A 2-run first for Ouachita was answered by a solo shot by Caden Argenbright in the second. Timmons left a curveball hanging down and in to Argenbright, and he launched it over the right field fence. Colasanto in now for the Reddies, hitting .356 with a pair of homers and 27 RBI. Timmons looking in, getting a sign from Childers. And now Colasanto steps out. Timmons now set. Here's the pitch to Colasanto on the outside corner. It's a beauty for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped over to Kelly at first. He backhands it. Timmons will cover, flip, and the out. 1 down here in the top of the third. Butler now in for the Reddies. 204 on the year, does have a home run with 19 RBIs. A lot of lefties in the lineup here this afternoon for Henderson as he takes that one. Must have been a bit inside for ball 1. 7 lefties in the lineup for Henderson. The only righties being Myers and Haskins. Swing and a miss, 1-1. On the flip side, Ouachita has all righties outside of Reebok. Here's the 1-1, another swing and a miss. Butler steps back in, down in the count 1-2. One out, nobody on. Here's the pitch on the ground to second. Schrader has it. On to Kelly for out number 2. Top of the order back up for the Reddies now in Mitchell Jr. Grounded out to Schrader at second. Start the game in the top of the first. Timmons really pitching well outside of the lone mistake to Argenbright in the top of the second. The only base hit for the Reddies was a long ball. Here's the 1-1 by Timmons. Breaking ball, back door for strike 2. Here's the pitch by Timmons, high. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Timmons gets his sign. He's set. And the pitch to Mitchell Jr. Swung on to the left side, just under the diving glove of Sowell and into left field for a base hit. A really good piece of hitting there by Mitchell. Taking that pitch to left field. And a great attempt by Sowell just under his glove and into left field. They'll bring up Stevens. He grounded out to second as well in the first. As Timmons delivers. Low and in for ball 1. Mitchell Jr. is 11 for 14 on stolen base attempts. Tigers got to keep their eye on him. Here's the 1-0. Chopped up the middle. Schrader has it on to first and not in time as Stevens legs out an infield single. It was going to be a tough play for Schrader. Throwing across his body, going away from first base, but was not able to get Stevens. So an infield single. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Reddies. And now Joe Myers stepping in. Myers has a lot of power with 11 homers on the year. Timmons has got to be careful. Here's the pitch. Just a bit low for ball 1. Timmons was able to get Myers to pop up in his first at-bat. Here's the 1-0 by Timmons. Breaking ball, a little bit high. Myers, a senior from Little Rock Catholic High School, takes the 2-0 and fouls it off the mitt of Childers. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Tigers lead 2-1 here in the top of the third, and Myers at the plate as Timmons is set and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball fouled to the outside of the third base bag, 2-2. Timmons looking to bear down here and preserve the Tiger lead in the third inning. He's set, and the 2-2 is on its way to Myers. Strike three called. What a pitch from Timmons. He froze Myers with a fastball in at the knees and gets out of the first and second two-out jam. Tigers still have a 2-1 lead. We're going to the bottom of the third with Reebok, Schrader, and Steen up now here on the Washita Sports Digital Network.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Top of the order up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the third. Reebok, Schrader, and Steen looking to tack on some runs here as the Tigers hold a 2-1 lead. Here's the wind and the pitch by Baker. Curveball outside, 1-0. Pitch to Reebok on the outside corner, 1-1. One inside. Good eye by Reebok. The kick and the 2-1 in the air to left center field. Mitchell Jr. is there to make the grab for the first out. C.W. Schrader picked up an infield single in his first at-bat. As the first pitch from Baker is outside and low. One-0 pitch, backs up a little bit, but catches the inside corner for strike one. Here's the 1-1. Floats in there on the outside corner for strike two. Schrader's a sophomore from Red Oak, Texas. Having a successful sophomore season here. Hitting above 300 as he lines that one into right center field. Right fielder on the way. Butler makes the grab for out number two. Now up Lewis Steen for Washita. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. Pitch by Baker. Strike called. Baker seems to be in a groove here in the third inning. Gets right on the rubber and delivers the pitch. Wasting no time here. Facing the Tigers in the third inning. Steen down in the count, 1-2. Here's the pitch by Baker. Chopped over the head of Baker. Second baseman has it. On to first in time for the third out. Easy inning for Baker. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left as we head to the top of the fourth inning. Timmons looking to keep things going on the mound here for the Tigers on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Top of the fourth inning, Tigers leading 2-1 here in the Battle of the Ravine at Rab Rogers Field. Timmons on the mound still for Ouachita, and it'll be Caden Argenbright for the Reddies, who homered in his first at-bat as he flies that one in foul territory. Reebok on the run, a basket grab, and he drops it. It was going to be a tough play for Reebok down the left field line. Was trying to make an over-the-shoulder basket grab. It would have been a terrific play, but just out of the glove. That'll be a foul ball, strike one. You don't want to give Argenbright another life, though, as he grounds that one to the right side. Schrader to his left, in and out of his glove, picks it back up, throws, not in time. Argenbright legs out another single for the Reddies. Their fourth hit of the game. And they'll start the top of the fourth with a runner on first and nobody out. Alec Lewis stepping in for Henderson. Squares the bunt. He does. Timmons fields it. On to first in time. Lewis out on the sacrifice. Advances Argenbright to second. Not something you see every day, bunting with your 5-hole hitter, but Coach Hooten opted to right there. And Argenbright now at second with one out. Aguilar now in as he fouls that one back to the screen. Aguilar struck out swinging in the second inning. The first of two strikeouts on the afternoon for Timmons. Here's the set and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Going to the count. And time called at the plate. And nope, they're going to call a balk. They'll call a balk on Timmons, so that allows Argenbright to advance to third. And now Henderson can score Argenbright without a base hit. Need a strikeout here if you're Timmons. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A little bit high, 1-2. And Aguilar calls time. Thought for a second we may have had another balk called, but Just time called at the plate. Right side of the infield's in for the Tigers. The pitch is high for ball 2. Here's something else you don't see very often. Half of the infield playing in at the grass, and the other half is playing back. Coach Howard must feel like Aguilar is going to pull the ball to the right side, as he does, but it's through the middle for a base hit. And that will score Argenbright, and the game is now tied at 2. Two-strike base hit for Aguilar, an RBI base hit. And now Haskins in for the Reddies. Pitch by Timmons to Reebok at third. Over to second for 1. On to first. 2, a double play. 5-4-3. Reebok to Schrader to Kelly. And that retires the side for the Reddies. They tie the game at 2. An RBI single for Aguilar, but we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Tigers looking to respond on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Baker back on the mound for the Reddies in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Tigers. Burris, Cheney, and Kelly. Reddies have tied the game at 2. An RBI single by Aguilar in the top half of the inning. Has tied the game up. Tigers looking to break this tie, though, here in the bottom of the 4th. Burris walked in his first plate appearance and stole second. Baker's windup and delivery, a breaking ball swung on and missed. Here's the 0-1 on the outside corner, 0-2. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch, popped up foul and out of play. This next pitch will be Baker's 50th of the game. As Burris is looking to hang tough. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball for strike 3. Baker has really settled in after that first inning. First pitch to Cheney. In there for strike 1. Cheney had a big 2-out RBI single in the first to drive home Burris. 1-0, foul tipped into the glove of Aguilar. Good eye by Cheney that time as he saw that one outside. Baker's been getting some swings and misses on that slider to righties down and away. Outside. 3-1 now to Cheney. Tigers could use a base runner here. Here's the pitch. That one's lined down the left field line, a fair ball. Cheney will round first. He'll head for two as the ball gets away from Mitchell Jr. He'll stand up going into second with a one-out double. Just what the Tigers needed, a 3-1 pitch to Cheney, and he drove that one down the left field line. It'll be up to Cole Kelly here with one out, with an RBI opportunity. The kick and the pitch outside. Here's the 1-0 to Kelly. Catches the inside corner. One and one to Kelly with the runner on second. Tied at 2. Here's the pitch. On the ground to third. He looks back the runner. Flings it over the first for the second out.
Number 5, Pierce Mitchum.
It'll now be Pierce Mitchum. Singled up the middle in his first at-bat, but was caught stealing. Tigers are looking for another 2-out RBI single right here. Here's the set by Baker. Pitch on the way, breaking ball outside. Here's the 1-0. Another breaking ball. That one's swung on, though, for strike one. They've thrown 2 in a row. We'll see if they go with a third breaking ball here to Mitchum on the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. One and two the count. 2 outs, runner on second. That's Cheney. We're tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. The set by Baker and the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Mitchum didn't see one fastball that at-bat and strikes out on the breaking ball from Baker. Tigers strand a runner at second. We'll go to the top of the 5th here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Back at Rab Rogers Field, Daniel Colasanto leading off for the Reddies. Butler and Mitchell Jr. due up next, and if anyone gets on, it'll be Grayson Stevens for Henderson. Colasanto fouls that one back for strike one. The set in the 0-1. Another foul ball out of play. Timmons ahead in the count here to Colasanto, 0-2. The kick and the pitch. Another foul ball out of play. Here's the pitch, breaking ball just outside, tried to backdoor him. Colasanto wouldn't offer, 1-2. Pitch, did he go? No, he did not. Not the best angle for the first base umpire. With a lefty up, you'd love to, in a perfect world, which is not going to be able to happen with only two umpires, but you'd like to have one down the third baseline to see that angle with a lefty at the plate. On the ground is Schrader for out number one. Schrader has been busy this afternoon at second base for the Tigers. A lot of lefties in the lineup for the Reddies. With them pulling the ball to the right side, he's been having a lot of action over there at second base. Nick Butler now up for the Reddies. Takes one for a ball. Here's the 1-0 by Timmons. Low and in for ball two. Pitch is in there for a strike. Good pitch by Timmons. Two and one, the count to Butler. Timmons kicks and fires. Fouled back to the screen. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the ground to Schrader yet again. Out number two. Top of the order now up for Henderson, Danny Mitchell Jr. 1 for 2 on the day. Singled back in the third, but was stranded. Pitch by Timmons, and at the knees for strike one. Set in the 0-1. That was a rip, but foul. And out of play near batting cages here at Rab Rogers Field. The 0-2 pitch, grounded to Sowell at shortstop. He boots it, picks it back up, throws, and he pulls Kelly off the bag. Mitchell is safe. We'll see what the scoring will be. It will be an error. So Mitchell reaches on the error at E6. And that continues the inning for the Reddies in the form of Grayson Stevens. Pitch by Timmons inside, and a good job by Childers to keep that one from going to the backstop. Check on the runner at first, and they didn't get him. He was leaning. They caught Mitchell leaning towards second a little bit. Kelly was left-handed and would have been able to swipe that tag down on Mitchell. He may have got him, but Mitchell just back in time. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball. Don't know where that one missed. Must have been a bit high for ball 2. And we're going to have a conference on the mound as Coach Howard comes out. Childers will come out too. And with 2 outs here and a 2-0 count on Stevens, you want to be careful. You don't want Stevens to get on and let Myers and Argenbright, the 2 big thumpers in this Ready lineup, to come up with men on base. Want to bear down and get Stevens right here. 2-0 count to him. Again, Mitchell Jr. reaching on the error. Here in the top of the 5th. Tied at 2. Set by Timmons, and another check on Mitchell. He'll get back safely. The pitch by Timmons, outside. Three 3-0 the count to Stevens. The dangerous Joe Myers on deck. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Stevens. And I believe that is the first walk issued by Timmons here this afternoon. Stepping in is Myers. Popped up to short in the first and struck out looking in the third. Same spot for Myers here. Runners on first and second. 2 outs as he flies that one in the air. Shallow right field. Out goes Schrader. In comes Steen, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. Timmons dodges a bullet and gets out of the jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 2 on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
Back here from Rab Rogers Field, it's still tied 2-2 as we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Matthew Baker on the mound for the Reddies. And he'll face 8, 9, and 1 for the Tigers. Sowell, Childers, and Reebok. You love to get the leadoff man on here if you're Ouachita. Sowell grounded out to short in his first at-bat. And he'll look to reach right here. First pitch to him, a breaking ball, strike call. Baker has really had that slider working for him here this afternoon. After the rough first inning, he's really settled down, only allowed 2 men to reach for the Tigers. Here's the 1-1. Popped up on the infield. First baseman wants it. That's Stevens. He makes the grab.
Number 27, Hayden Shoulders.
Childers struck out swinging in the second. First pitch from Baker swung on and missed. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. The wind and the 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, check swing and a foul back to the screen. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high. Here's the 1-2 to Childers. Fastball, strike 3 call. Tough at-bat there for Childers, as Baker showed him the breaking ball a couple times and just froze him right there with the fastball. A devastating combo to a right-handed hitter. Here's Reebok now up for the Tigers. You see the Reddies have a bit of a shift on for him, the second baseman playing in shallow right field. Here's the pitch, and Reebok shows bunt but pulls back and takes it for a strike. Here's the 0-1 to Reebok. That one's driven in the air to right field. Back goes the right fielder. He'll corral it and make the grab for the third out of the inning. Another quick inning for Baker. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top of the 6th with Timmons coming out to work for the Tigers on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've heard people say, "Oh, a cheetah."
Oh, Wichita.
Achita.
Oh, a cheetah.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Timmons still on the mound for the Tigers here in the top of the 6th inning. They'll face Caden Argenbright leading off for the Reddies. Argenbright 2 for 2 on the afternoon with a home run and a single, and has scored both of the Reddies' runs. Tigers going to need Timmons to keep up the good work here, as they have not been able to solve Baker the past few innings. Baker has retired 11 out of the last 12 Tiger batters to come to the plate. So really need Timmons to bear down and keep performing on the mound this afternoon. If you're wondering about the score from Russellville, Arkansas Tech leading the Harding Bisons, 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. So good news from Russellville. Pitch by Timmons, taken low for a ball. Here's the pitch, and that one's ripped into right field for a base hit. Steen will throw it in on a hop, and Argenbright is now 3 for 3. It'll bring in Alec Lewis. Was out on a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat. Excuse me, his last at-bat. And the first pitch from Timmons to Lewis is popped up into shallow left. Burris makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out to Lewis. It brings in the catcher Aguilar. Picked up an RBI single in the 4th. Counted for the Reddies' second run. The pitch by Timmons, taken for a strike. Owen won the count to Aguilar. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled out of play. Two to two, top of the 6th. Runner on first and 1 out. 0-2 the count on Aguilar. Timmons checks on Argenbright at first, and he's back safely. Here's the kick and the 0-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Boy, Aguilar takes a big rip. Even with 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Saw this last time Aguilar was at the plate. Timmons got ahead 0-2 early and just could not put Aguilar away. Eventually allowing him to drive in the second run of the game for the Reddies. The 0-2 pitch, out of play. Kick in the 0-2, there goes the runner. The pitch is high, the throw by Childers not in time. Argenbright steals second base. That's his second stolen base of the season. Now a man in scoring position for Aguilar. And he calls time. Big lead by Argenbright as that one's chopped to the right side. Kelly has it. He'll take it himself for the second out. It advances Argenbright to third with 2 away. Now a big at-bat here for Bryson Haskins facing Timmons. With 2 outs, a runner on third, tied at 2 in the top of the 6th. Timmons is at 82 pitches. And here's number 83 to Haskins in there for strike 1. The 0-1 breaking ball. Haskins went around, strike 2. Big pitch right here for Timmons. The 0-2 pitch. Foul back to the backstop. The set by Timmons. Here's the pitch, 0-2. That one's blooped, and Kelly and in and out of his glove, and the run will score. I thought he was going to be able to make the play. A little bloop in and out of the glove of Kelly. It allows Oregon Bright to score, and the Reddies have a 3-2 lead. Tough, tough break for the Tigers. Kelly almost made a great play over the shoulder, running to his right, but in and out of the glove, and it gives the Reddies the lead. Colasanto now in for Henderson. Fouled the first pitch out of play. And now a check on Haskins, and he's back safely. The 0-1 inside. One and one to Colasanto. The kick by Timmons and the pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. Here's the set and the 1-2 on the way, breaking ball outside. Another check, and Haskins is back safely yet again. Here's the 2-2 by Timmons, fouled out of play. Three and two, Reddies now with the lead. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball outside. Runs the count full at 3-2, and Haskins will be off with this next pitch. The set by Timmons, and the payoff pitch. Into center field, but right at the center fielder, Mitchum, who makes the grab for the third out of the inning, but not before Haskins with the bloop single in and out of Kelly's glove gives the Reddies a 3-2 lead. Tigers looking to answer in the bottom of the sixth. We'll be back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back at Rab Rogers Field, Matthew Baker still on the mound for the Reddies. He'll face Schrader, Steen, and Burris here in the bottom of the 6th. The Reddies have taken a 3-2 lead on the bloop RBI single by Bryson Haskins. Went in and out of the glove of Cole Kelly, who almost made a fantastic play, but couldn't come up with the grab that allowed Argenbright to score from third and the Reddies to grab a 1-run lead. But Schrader looking to get things going for the Tigers as he takes that one in for a strike. Here's the 0-1, breaking ball in the dirt. If the Tigers can lay off that breaking ball, they could be in business. Baker has gotten a lot of swing and misses, running it away from righties. Here's the 1-1, breaking ball in front of the mound. Baker picks it up and throws for the first out. Steen up for the Tigers. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first and chops one to second in the third inning. Takes that one low for ball one. Still good news from Russellville. Arkansas Tech leading 6-0 over Harding in the bottom of the 5th. That one to the left side. Fielded by the shortstop on to first in time for the second out. Another score update from here in town. OBU softball up big on Southern Nazarene. 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th, so good news over at Sully Anderson Field here right across the way on the campus of OBU. One 1-0 count to Burris as that breaking ball catches the outside corner. Here's the wind by Baker and the 1-1. Fouled back. Baker only at 76 pitches. There's a chance he could go the distance here this afternoon. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Breaking ball strikes out Burris, and Baker has retired 14 of the last 15 Tigers to come to the plate. Tigers trailing 3-2 as we head to the top of the 7th here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Cooper Timmons still on the mound for the Tigers in the top of the 7th. He's at 93 pitches, but for now he's on the mound for the Tigers as he'll face 9-1-2 for the Reddies. Butler, Mitchell Jr., and Stevens here in the top of the 7th. Reddies have 3 runs on 7 hits. Tigers 3 runs on 5 hits. 2 runs on 5 hits. And Nick Butler will will step in, is 0 for 2 on the afternoon, a pair of groundouts to second. Timmons looking to go to work on him. First pitch by Timmons is low for ball 1. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. That one outside. Count now 2-1. Pitch on the way. Strike 2. Two and two count. Here's the pitch by Timmons. Fouled down the left field line, out of play. The kick by Timmons. Strike 3 call. Timmons may have gotten a fortunate call on that one, but the home plate umpire rings up Nick Butler for the first out of the 7th.
Number 33, Danny Mitchell.
Danny Mitchell Jr. in for Henderson. 1 for 3 on the day, reached on an error in the 5th. The pitch by Timmons, outside. The 1-0. Ball 2. Hitters count for Mitchell Jr. Here's the pitch by Timmons. Big swing and a miss. Two and one from Timmons. Mitchell Jr. squares the bunt. It's a good one, and it's going to stay fair. A beautiful bunt by Mitchell Jr., and he's now 2 for 4 on the day. Stevens now in for the Reddies. 1 for 2 on the day. As he takes that one high for ball 1. Timmons now over the century mark in the pitch count department. That was pitch number 103. As he checks on Mitchell Jr. over at first. There is action in the Tiger bullpen, as well as the Ready bullpen. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. It is Ben Miller and Garrett Hermes in the Tiger bullpen, as that one's fouled at the plate. Two and one the count to Stevens. As the pitch is on the way, fouled back to the screen. Runner at first, 1 out. Stevens at the plate, 2-2 count. Reddy's lead 3-2. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up. Timmons wants it. He's losing his footing, and he makes the grab. He was going from grass to turf, and I think he almost slipped, but luckily he made the play for out number 2. Now Joe Myers comes in. He's 0 for 3 this afternoon. Tigers have dodged a couple of bullets where Myers has been up in RBI opportunities, but they've been able to get him out as he swings and misses. There goes Mitchell Jr. The throw is in time. Childers throws out Mitchell Jr. for the 3rd out of the inning. Tigers still trail 3-2. We're going to answer and score on Baker in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back after this on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Baker back out to pitch for the Reddies in the bottom of the 7th inning. He has been absolutely phenomenal after that rough first inning where the Tigers tacked on 2 runs and jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Baker has been terrific. He's retired 8 in a row and 14 out of his last 15. But I believe actually that is a new pitcher into the game for the Reddies. It is a new pitcher into the game for the Reddies. And we'll get you some info on who that is. It is number 23, Taylor Langston. I'm sure the Tigers are breathing a sigh of relief that Baker is out of the game. But Langston now in to pitch for the Reddies. We'll see if we can get you some stats on him shortly, but he will face Jackson Cheney, Cole Kelly, and Pierce Mitchum for the Tigers. And that's the end of the day for Baker. He allows 2 runs in 6 innings pitched, only giving up 5 hits. Pitch is outside to Cheney for ball 1. That one's low for ball 2. Here's the 2-0. That's in there, strike called. Fouled out of play. Two and two the count to Cheney. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with the high heat, and Cheney goes down swinging. Langston has a 1.53 ERA in 12 appearances, 17 2/3 innings pitched, with now 29 strikeouts and only 2 walks. So a very good pitcher here for the Reddies in Langston. First pitch is fouled out of play. 0-1 to Cole Kelly. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Takes that fastball just a bit outside. One pitch, swing and a miss, blew that fastball right by him. Set by Langston. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Fouled back. Kelly gets a piece. It's obvious right now Langston's just trying to blow that fastball right past these Tiger hitters. And the 1-2. Outside, good eye by Kelly. Here's the set and the 2-2. Popped up. Will it get out of play? It will. Lands on top of the visitor's dugout, and Kelly manages to stay alive. Reddies lead 3-2. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kelly with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the pitch by Langston. Fastball outside. Full count now at 3-2. Full count, payoff pitch, fouled back to the screen. A good at-bat right here by Cole Kelly. Langston gets his sign, he's set. The 3-2 pitch, strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Langston. That one a backwards K as Kelly goes down looking. Mitchell will step in for Washita. He's 1 for 2. Takes that fastball outside. The 1-0 fouled off. Here's the 1-1. High ball 2. Two-one pitch, fouled off. Mitchum way late on that fastball. Tigers got to get something going offensively. Only 2 hits since the first inning. Langston gets his sign, he's set. And the 2-2. Lined up the middle, a base hit for Mitchum. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Now Sowell will look to keep things going. 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a pop up to first. Pitch to Sowell, chopped to the left side. Argenbright has it, and he throws Sowell out to retire the side. Tigers get a 2-out base hit, but can't move Mitchum around. They still trail 3-2 as we head to the top of the 8th on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
It's the heart of the order up for the Reddies here in the top of the 8th. Myers, Argenbright, and Lewis, 3, 4, and 5 for Henderson, and Cooper Timmons still on the mound for Ouachita. Timmons' pitch count is at 108, so we'll see how much longer Coach Howard wants to go with him. Still action in the Tiger bullpen. So we'll see how long the leash is with Timmons here in the 8th inning. Tigers trailing 3-2 as Myers steps in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Was at the plate in the 7th before Mitchell Jr. was thrown out stealing by Childers. First pitch by Timmons, low and away for ball 1. Here's the pitch, and that one's lined into center field. Oncoming Mitchum, and he'll make the grab for out number 1.
Number 16, right away.
Caden Argenbright now in for the Reddies. He takes a breaking ball, back door for strike 1. Argenbright's 3 for 3 on the day, a pair of singles and a long solo home run back in the 2nd. Out of play. He does have a stolen base on the day for Henderson and has scored all 3 runs for the Reddies this afternoon. The 0-2 pitch by Timmons, fouled off. Timmons ahead in the count, 0-2 on Argenbright. The pitch driven into right field. Steen will make the catch for out number 2. Alec Lewis now in, 0 for 2. Sacrificed Argenbright to second back in the 4th and then flew out to left in the 6th inning. He takes that fastball low for ball 1. The 1-0 to Lewis. Lined right to Sowell at short. 3 hard hit balls, but nothing to show for it for the Reddies in the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers looking to get something going with the bats on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
In the bottom of the 8th, the Reddies lead the Tigers 3-2. Langston still on the mound for the Reddies. Tigers looking to get something going with the bats. Have been silenced since the first inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Tigers. We'll have a pinch hitter to start the inning. Judd Arrington pinch hitting for Hayden Childers. Then Reebok and Schrader for Ouachita. Judd Arrington does have a home run on the year, 5 RBIs, 2 runs scored. And we'll look to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th for the top of the order after Arrington. Langston fed Tiger hitters a healthy diet of fastballs in the 7th. We'll see if that continues, as that one's a little bit low for ball 1. Here's the set and the 1-0. I'll say that Arrington offered at the pitch for strike 1. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Inside, almost hit him. It's been a well-pitched game on both sides. Very few walks for either team. Tigers have only gotten 1 walk to their name, as that one's grounded off the glove of Langston and into center field. A base hit for Arrington, just the start you want if you're the Tigers.
Number 2, Tyler Reebok.
And that brings up Tyler Reebok and the top of the order for Ouachita. And we'll have a pinch runner for Arrington at first. Not sure who that is, but a pinch runner for Arrington at first. And Reebok at the plate. A check on the runner, and he's back safely. Here's the pitch to Reebok, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. The pinch runner at first is Zach Kirkendall for the Tigers. So Kirkendall at first, no outs, 0-1 count on Reebok, with the Tigers trailing 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Reebok looking to put the Tigers ahead with 1 swing of the bat. The kick by Langston, the 0-2 pitch. It's on the ground on a 1-hop to Langston. He goes to second for 1, on to first. 2, a double play. And I don't know about that one. I think that Reebok beat that one out, but they're going to say that he was out at first. And it sure looked like to me that he was safe. And Coach Howard is not happy about the call. Sure looked like to me he was safe, but nonetheless, a 1-6-3 double play. And just like that, 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. And Schrader coming to the plate. Langston set. The first pitch to Schrader is low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0, fouled off. That double play really hurts if you're Ouachita, especially when you feel like that Reebok was safe. Runner on first and 1 out's a lot better than nobody on and 2 outs, especially when you're down to your last 4 outs. Here's the set by Langston. The 1-1 pitch to Schrader, low for ball 2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the screen, and some debris goes flying off the screen, but a foul ball nonetheless, and the count's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tigers trailing 3-2. Here in the bottom of the 8th. The set by Langston and the pitch. Another foul ball out of play. Langston looks in, gets his sign, and Schrader now calls time. Schrader is 1 for 3 on the day, a single back in the first, a fly out in the third, and a ground out in the 6th. The 2-2 from Langston, grounded to the shortstop. Over to first, and in time to get Schrader for the 3rd out of the inning. So a leadoff base hit, but nothing comes of it for the Tigers in the 8th, and we'll head to the top of the 9th here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
On the mound for the Tigers, number 31, Ben Miller.
And Ben Miller on the mound for the Tigers here in the top of the 9th. He'll face Aguilar, Haskins, and Colasanto for the Reddies. As Aguilar steps in, and the first pitch to him is fouled out of play. Miller, in 14 2/3 innings pitched, has a 6.14 ERA, 16 strikeouts, and 11 hits given up. Burris moves from left field to catcher, and Arrington now in left field for the Tigers. As that breaking ball's on the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the set by Miller. The 0-2 to Aguilar. Popped up. Will it stay in play? No, it'll go out of play and into the stands. Aguilar's been tough with 2 strikes all afternoon. The 0-2 from Miller, way outside, 1-2. Ouachita really needs to hold the Reddies scoreless here in the top half of the 9th and look to tie or win the game in the bottom half. Here's the pitch, fouled out of play. Here's the set by Miller, the 1-2 to Aguilar. Breaking ball outside. Two and two on the way. Outside, full count. Aguilar down 0-2 has now worked the count full. As Miller gets his sign. Here's the pitch on the way. Outside, and he walked him. So Aguilar takes the base on balls. And now Haskins, who picked up the RBI single that gave the Reddies the lead back in the 6th, will be up with a runner on first and nobody out. You're just joining us. The Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. A home run by Argenbright cut the lead in half. Another RBI single by Aguilar in the 4th tied the game. Then a little bloop RBI single as that one's bunted in the air and caught for the first out. A bloop RBI single by Haskins in the 6th. Went in and out of the glove of Cole Kelly and gave the Reddies a 3-2 lead. It'll now be Colasanto in for the Reddies. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch by Miller, outside. The 1-0 fouled out of play. Colasanto up and Nick Butler on deck. That'll round out the order, 8 and 9 for the Reddies. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and away. Here's the 2-1, and there goes Aguilar. A hit and run was on, and Colasanto, just to get a piece, fouled it out of play. Here's the 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Just got a piece, did Colasanto. Two and two the count, one out, runner on first. Here's the pitch, chops to the right side. Schrader will field it, and he'll throw out Colasanto. Aguilar does advance to second base, but there's 2 outs now for Nick Butler. Big at bat right here for the Tigers, and for the Reddies for that matter. You do not want to let Henderson go into the bottom of the 9th with a 2-run lead. Got to keep this thing at 1 run. The pitch to Butler by Miller is on the ground to Sowell at short. He fields it. Will throw over to first in time, and that retires Butler and the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Reddies. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers need a run here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
We're in the bottom of the 9th at Rab Rogers Field. Tigers 3 outs away from defeat. Down 3-2 here at Rab Rogers Field against the Henderson State Reddies. Langston still on the mound for the Reddies. Has done a great job since coming in relief of Baker in the 7th inning. And it will be Steen, Burris, and Cheney up for Ouachita here in the bottom of the 9th. 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Reddies. 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Tigers. Again, if you're just joining us, the Tigers jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st. A solo shot by Argenbright in the top of the 2nd cut the lead in half. Then an RBI single by Aguilar in the 4th tied the game at 2. And a bloop RBI single by Haskins that went in and out of the glove of Kelly scored Argenbright in the 6th and gave the Reddies a 3-2 lead. In steps Steen. He's 0 for 3 on the day. All 3 ground outs, 1 being a double play. Langston looking to close this thing out for Henderson. Here's the set and the pitch to Steen. It's flown in the air to right. Butler is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now here's Burris. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Did score the 2nd run of the game for the Tigers in the 1st inning. He's looking to get things started for the Tigers here with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch by Langston is outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0, strike called. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Burris looking to hang tough here, down on the count 1-2. Tigers down to their last 2 outs. The set by Langston. And the 1-2 pitch. On the ground to the left side. Argenbright has it on to first, and just barely Stevens keeps his foot on the bag to retire Burris. Almost a wild throw. So 2 outs now. Tigers down to their last out. Nobody on base for Jackson Cheney. Cheney is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI single in the first and a double in the fourth. Langston set, and the pitch on the way. Chopped right back to him. This will do it, and the flip in time, and the Reddies have taken game 2 of this weekend Battle of the Ravine series against the Ouachita Tigers. A tough loss for Ouachita here in game 2. They fall by a score of 3-2. The game-winning RBI coming at the hands of Bryson Haskins. Again, a bloop single that went in and out of the glove of Cole Kelly. Proves to be the game-winning hit for the Reddies in this 3-2 victory in the first game of the doubleheader today. We'll have to end the stream for you, and then we will start a new one for game 2 of the doubleheader coming up shortly. We'll be back with game 2 here today from Rab Rogers Field on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.